Hi everyone, welcome back to Newfound Happy Hour. My name is Sarah and I know I am so delayed. I usually want to have episodes out every 2 or 3 weeks, but it's probably been about a month. And it's Christmas time, everything is so busy. I have something every day, I work every day, and then there's social events or family things every day. And we're also building a house, which I will do an episode on at some point, but that has kept us very busy this year. And then especially now with the holidays and everything, it's just crazy. But in the spirit of supporting local, which we should all do all the time, but especially around the holidays, I got my color analysis done. I don't know about anybody else, but my TikTok feed and my For You page, it's always people getting their color analysis done. I think it's so fascinating. And so today we're talking with Laura from Laura's Beauty Den. She is also a nail tech, but we talk a little bit about it. She expanded into doing color analysis, which is really cool. For anyone who doesn't know, a color analysis is basically draping different shades of colors on you to see what brings out your best features, your best colors. And I always thought that I was an autumn. Also, there's 23 different palettes, so each season has different levels of coloring for each palette. It makes sense when you look at it, but I always thought that I was an autumn because anytime I wore any shade of green or any shade of orange, I always got compliments. And so that's just what I thought I was. But turns out I am a true spring, which is this color palette right here. So you will see when she drapes the different colors how much that makes sense. And I always thought that spring would be really light colors like pastels, but it actually doesn't work that way. Summer and winter are cool tones, and autumn and spring are warm tones. So it does make sense that I thought I was an autumn, but when we get into it, I'm going to show a video of us actually doing the color analysis and you'll see what I mean. But I think I am definitely a spring. And ever since, I've been trying to incorporate those specific colors into my wardrobe or my makeup or whatnot. So it has actually been good for me. We talk about it in our interview as well, but to do this, you have to wear no makeup, you have your hair back. I look the ugliest I've ever looked in this video that you're about to see. No self-tanner, nothing, and we talk about the reasons why. But in the spirit of fostering realistic expectations and in the spirit of this being an older sibling positivity advice type of podcast, you don't need makeup and we don't need makeup and everyone looks great without it, even though I hate the way I look in this video. But what she does teach me is that the self-tanner we use, the makeup we use, all of that should work with your color palette. So the specific self-tanner that I use should be bringing out my undertones. That's going to make me look the best. And if you use one that isn't in your best palette, it can make you look gray or orange or whatever. So what works for one person might not work for another. And this is why some colors look good on some people and others not so much. But yeah, I always use self-tanner. This is, I think it was October that we filmed this, so any tan from the summer was gone. But it's actually crazy, even the picture that she took at the end, my skin actually looks kind of tan. It looks healthy and colorful because of the colors that I'm wearing. Whereas sometimes if I don't have any makeup on and I wear a certain shade of a certain color, it does not do me any favors. I walked into this knowing that I was not a winter. I knew that, and she confirmed that pretty quickly. You have to have really dark hair to be a winter. I was always a bit confused because I was well, what if you have lighter skin and darker hair and you dye it or you tan? But it doesn't really take your dyed hair color into account. It'll take your roots almost. So yeah, so there's a little short interview with Laura just about how she got into this, and then a video of my color analysis. For anyone listening and not watching on YouTube, I will just narrate what's happening. But if you're watching on YouTube, that is probably the best way to watch it because you can obviously see the colors and everything that I'm talking about. So yeah, let's get started with Laura. Okay. Well, I'm so excited. So I kind of already told people a little bit about you in the situation that we're in where we're doing a color analysis. Yep. So first you just want to say your name, age, and maybe what you were doing until you were doing this.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Laura Wade. I, up until recently, was just a certified nail technician. I actually also run the Certified Nail Techs of Newfoundland and Labrador Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
So cool. We don't have legislation here, so I kind of took over that group to make sure that we were only we were conserving our education and not sharing it outside of people that are trained. So like
cool.
that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's how I usually spend most of my time. So I've always been self-employed. I did go to business school. I didn't finish because I was too busy doing nails. And then while working in color and beauty with nails, one of my friends kept bringing her clothes to her nail appointments.
Okay.
And being like, does this look good on me? Does this look good on me? And I'm like, I understand what you're asking, but I'm not sure. And like, this is not the right setup. You have makeup on. Like, I knew enough. But so my lovely friend Holly just like kept pestering me in the best way. So she kind of gave me the push I needed to look into the education, which is how I found the International Image Institute in Toronto.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so what is a color analysis? Why would someone want to do it?
So color analysis is essentially using fabric drapes like we have here to find what colors best harmonize with somebody's undertone, their natural coloring, and their features. So essentially we find the colors that really make them pop and glow, as opposed to like colors that like wear them.
Right.
Essentially, yeah. So like somebody that might want to know what color palette they are is a bride, somebody getting engaged. Maybe it's somebody that works in broadcasting and television, people that appearance is very important. So even like real estate agents, influencers, anything like that, somebody dealing with the public.
Right. Yeah. Or anyone having their picture taken often, or
somebody that like image is very, very important. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I think I know what I am. Maybe I'll wait till the end to tell you.
I mean, you can tell me now if you want.
I think, and maybe I'm just hoping that I'm an autumn.
Okay.
But I don't know. Is there anyone that comes in that you're like, I know you're not a winter, I know you're not a summer?
Yeah. Okay. So in order to be a winter, your hair has to be almost, if not exactly, black.
Okay.
So like super, super dark brown so that you can't really tell if it's black or not. And if somebody's naturally blonde, they cannot be a winter. They cannot be an autumn.
Okay. Okay.
Also, if somebody has any like of that intense like ginger redhead keratin, they're warm. They have a warm undertone, absolutely. There are some systems that say that somebody that is a natural redhead could be a summer. But that's not the case for the system I use.
Okay. And I was going to ask you about that too, the system. So I think you posted something that was like, this is not the system I use. This is not the proper color palette. So how does one know what the best or what the proper one is to use?
So, I mean, I did a little bit of research before I picked the Image Institute. One of the, I guess, more popular influencers in color analysis did use this system, so that's the one I looked into. And then as I did more research, I discovered that the founder, the owner of the system, Karen, not only has she been in the industry for 41 years, but she actually sat on the board, I think as president and one of the other positions of the it's AICI, the Association for International Image Consultants.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so it's a pretty widely used.
Yeah, it's very reputable, and they recognize this system, which is super important.
Okay.
And I do know of a lot of individuals that have been trained in other systems that have retrained in this system.
Makes sense. I know there's a lot of apps, like me and one of my friends were like sending pictures back and forth with the different filters and like trying to figure out what it is, but they all seem to be different. So I could never really figure it out. And one of the things when we're doing this is to not have any makeup on or self-tan or anything.
Because we don't want to skew the results.
I hate this for myself. This is the least amount of self-tanner I've had on my face all summer. So yeah, what's the reasoning behind that?
So when it comes to especially like self-tanners and stuff like that, a natural tan that comes from the sun, as long as it's not like, you know, super, super dark and you've been intentionally tanning and baking out in the sun all summer, we don't want to have our results skewed by an overtone. So undertone is what we are trying to bring out and match, and overtone is like tans, self-tanners, any permanent cosmetic makeup, blemishes, rosacea, when people get that like red flush to their face. So we essentially don't want to get skewed by that. So we just want to make sure. So like somebody came in with a full face of foundation, I would have to get them to wash it off because I need to be able to see them.
Right.
Not what they choose to put on.
And I guess the logic is you should be matching your self-tan makeup, all of that, to your undertones.
So the nice thing is once you have your palette, you're really going to look your best in those colors even without makeup. So if you have to go no makeup, you know what colors that are going to. So like, for example, I am a warm autumn. So like, this is my color palette here. I am essentially like a crayon box. So I sit between autumn and spring. So I'm too bright to be a true autumn, but I'm too muted to be a true spring. So I sit right in the middle. So if I don't have the right colors on and I say I'm wearing a bright white, my face almost looks green.
Okay.
And like I've always known that, and I've always known I can't wear neons, but it wasn't until I found my palette that I understood why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And so how many palettes are there?
There are 23.
Okay. So we have spring, summer, fall, winter, light, dark for each.
Yeah. So I do have a chart I can also share with you. I don't know where it is right now. I think it's on my tablet, which is put away.
Yeah, I can like put it somewhere on the screen.
We'll put it here. So you have your home seasons, which is winter, spring, summer, autumn. And then each of the seasons has something in it that relates to one of the other seasons. So for example, between winter and autumn, we've got deep. And between autumn and summer, we've got muted. And between summer and spring, we have light. And between spring and winter, we have bright.
Okay. Maybe this is why I was so confused before when I was trying to figure this out, because there's so many different ones.
And there's actually 2 more flows, which is warm and cool.
Okay. Cool. Well,
there's a lot.
I'm very excited to see what I am. I wore white so that I, you know, and I think you put like a white draping and everything over it.
Yeah, we drape everybody too.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll get started.
Yeah, we'll get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to check your roots on the scale. I feel like you're giving me dark blonde. That's what I'm,
I can see that.
Do you go to the same stylist all the time to get your color done? When you talk to them again, I would love to know what they think your number value of your hair is.
Side note, I did check with my stylist after this, and she said that my natural hair is a level 6, which is exactly what Laura said.
So the first thing that we're gonna do is check to see if you have a warm or a cool undertone. So our warm colors are going to be yellow based, and our cool colors are going to be blue based.
I don't know.
So
Laura's just draping the warm tones and the cool tones. I think with the cool tones I tend to look gray or really washed out.
I'm leaning warm.
Yeah.
But we're gonna test it now.
Okay. And you can see it again here when she does gray versus beige. The beige, I think, looks way better.
Smile. Interesting. So this is a warm red, like a tomato or a poppy, and then this is going to be a cool red, like a ruby or a cherry.
Yeah, I think this one's better. Yeah. So the poppy red was better than a cherry red that's a little bit more pink. And then we're trying a light pink versus a light coral. And again, I think the coral is better. And then we do a fuchsia compared to a butter yellow, and I think that one is very obvious.
So now that we know you're warm, I'm going to test the 2 warm seasons on you. So autumn has a warm undertone. It's also deep in value, and it has a muted intensity. And then spring, also warm in undertone, has a light value and a bright intensity.
And exactly what she said, the autumn colors are more jewel toned, and then the spring colors are the same colors, but they're lighter and brighter.
I don't know.
So then we're trying the same color, but in different
just on there.
shades. So dark brown versus beige. The beige looks better. So we do a few more of those.
This is lovely.
Yeah.
This is really
And then
nice.
we're trying a really rich orange color.
See, this isn't bad.
Yeah. I do like orange on me, but
It is a bit
not
heavy.
as dark as this.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a switch that gets turned on.
So this is a dark forest green,
Yeah, see, this isn't bad at all.
and then a regular bright, almost lime green.
But this is really nice. So this is still a warm blue. So I wouldn't say that this is bad. It's a tiny bit heavy. Lovely.
Yeah. Like this brings out the warmth.
And then an eggplant versus a lighter purple. The lighter purple is much better. I look so gray with the darker purple.
Versus gold. Gold's better.
Mm-hmm.
So this is antique gold, so this is the autumn one. This versus gunmetal.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow gold. So our antique gold for autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
So then we're trying different palettes against the true spring one.
I feel like it's still too heavy. All right.
Even like a muted spring, I think this is, or a summer.
Yeah, see, this is,
Mm-hmm.
it's so good. So this is like a warm gray. Not warm enough.
Mm-hmm.
This is so
Yeah.
much nicer. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's too cool.
And then we're trying a brighter orange than what was in the autumn palette.
This is not bad. I don't
No.
dislike this. This is so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of black,
And then instead of black, we're trying a navy.
Mm-hmm.
your eyes
Yeah.
even got more sparkly.
Yeah.
And then navy against the same tan or beige color from before.
Yeah.
So this is still good,
Mm-hmm.
especially in place of black.
And then we're comparing some of the darker, more autumny colors.
So like your range does meet this,
Mm-hmm.
but your,
Best ones.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like your browns are gonna go from like this like latte color all the way to like a light chocolate or like a cognac.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you are a true spring. You are my 4th true spring
Too funny.
today, which is hilarious.
That's
So, bright, light, warm. You have a yellow undertone. So like florals and soft patterns are going to be really lovely on you. As I said before, radiant, ageless, youthful, glowing, lively. Yellow gold is your best. Your pearls are going to be creamy. And then really bright, sparkly gems that match your palette.
Mm-hmm.
Your staple accessories like your shoes, your belts, your bags are going to be light to medium brown or navy.
Okay, well, thanks so much for doing this. I always share, or I always end my episodes with advice. So it doesn't have to be about this or your business or anything like that. Maybe just advice that you share with people to motivate them, or good advice that you've gotten.
Oh my goodness, that is a good question. I would say it's really important to listen to yourself and other people around you that are important to you. So my mother actually pushed me to do the nail certification. So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be as successful as I am now. So thank you, Mom. But she thought it would be a great idea for me to do that while I was in school, and turns out I was fantastic at it, and I had to leave school because I was thriving so much.
Right.
And then again, my close friend told me that I should get into this, and she was right. I'm very good at it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely listen to yourself, and definitely listen to the people that you hold close.
Cool. Yeah, I think that relates to a lot of the things that I talk about on this podcast. Like, we talk about relationships and careers and making life changes and everything. So I think that really, that ties
Just
in
be
with all of
open
it.
to what people are telling you about yourself.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks again to Laura. I absolutely loved getting this done. Okay, I hope that was enjoyable to watch. It was enjoyable to get done. I have made little changes that I think really help bring out my best colors. I obviously use the self-tanner I should be using, and even with makeup, I realized that I was already using colors that were the best colors for me. So like this color here is more of like a peachy pink blush. That's what I've been using forever, and like that lines up with the peachy pink colors in my palette. And also the bronzer that I use. Also, this is just regular Sephora brand. This is Wet n Wild. I don't really have much advice for today. Laura shared her advice, but my advice would be if you can get regular products that are not the expensive brand name products, and you can get them that do the exact same thing. Like, I'm sorry, I can't tell the difference between this bronzer and like a Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. And anyways, these are all in my palette. So that was great because this is what I've been using literally forever. Also, the Sephora stuff lasts forever. This is my second blush like this that I've gotten in 4 years. So like the first one lasted me 2 years. But yeah, I always knew that like orange and greens looked good on me, which makes sense because they're yellow based and they're in the spring palette as well. Some specific shades are better than others. I wear a lot of neutrals, so that made sense. I was kind of surprised by like the pinky purpley. I think these are all like yellow undertones, I guess. I think it's the purple and pinks that are really fuchsia or like neon don't look good on me. So that was good. And when you do this color analysis with Laura, she'll give you whatever your palette is. And on the back, it also says like your best color dimensions, your jewelry, any recommendations for hair color and lipstick color and things like that. So she actually sends you all of that after your analysis, and also a quick video clip so that you can actually see and watch back the different changes. But yeah, I've definitely incorporated more dark blues. I've been trying to do that instead of black. I've been trying to do more brown shades instead of black, which I think actually do look better on me, even though I'm so used to wearing like a black top and jeans, which I guess will never go out of style. But I do try and add more colors that are specific to my color palette. So I think this is a great way to support local, especially around the holidays. If you have anyone, like she said, anyone who's getting married, anyone looking for wedding colors, bridesmaids colors. I've been thinking about this, like if I ever get married, I will have those colors in my bridal party. And I'm pretty sure that Bruce, my partner, is a winter, so like maybe there's some colors that are in both palettes. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out later down the road. But like I think of all these different ways that I can incorporate it into future plans that we have. But yeah, anyone on TV, anyone who does public speaking, anyone who has to present at work, new moms, anyone who is retired and probably trying to figure out like their style that's not office culture clothes. So I think all of this would be a great gift idea for anyone in those situations, or even anyone just wondering. Like she said at first, she had people come in to get their nails done and just wondering what colors look best on them. It makes so much sense to me because anytime I do like a hot pink nail, I find it just looks terrible on my skin tone. And that makes sense. That color is not in my palette. So for anyone just looking to figure out what looks better on you, like I said, I always get compliments when I wear green or orange, and it makes sense. So I also wanted to share this. Laura let me know that she is doing a color analysis shopping event this weekend, December 13th and 14th. I'll put all the information here, but it is at Found Consignment. You can shop your palette, save the tax. She's doing a mini session for $100 plus tax, and I'll post this on the Instagram as well. So I would recommend for everyone to go check that out. Found Consignment is also a cool local place. They're a consignment boutique, so you might find some things there for yourself or for gifts. And that is Saturday 10 to 6 and Sunday 12 to 5. That's December 13th and 14th. So definitely go check that out. Find other ways to support local this Christmas. There's so many cool local places and local restaurants, and I think we take those for granted sometimes. I do plan to do one more episode. I'm looking at my calendar, like, when the hell am I going to record this? I would like to do one last episode of 2025 just to get my 12 episodes. And I also like to do an episode to close out the year and have like a nice bit of closure and a conclusion. 2026 is going to be crazy. So yeah, we'll talk about that next time or in the new year. But thanks for listening to this one. Thanks for watching. You can find all past episodes of Newfound Happy Hour on YouTube or anywhere you get your podcasts. I have been doing mostly video for season 4. This is the 4th year that I've been doing this podcast, which is, every time I say it, like, it's mind-blowing. I don't know how that happened. But all episodes are on YouTube from seasons 1 through 4. You can go watch. And I do plan on having a good season 5. Check out Laura's Beauty Den, LBD Colour Analysis. It's at LBD Colour Analysis on Instagram. You can find all the information there and some other videos, some other people who have gotten their colors read. It's really interesting to see how everyone's so different and different colors look better on different people. I still think it's so cool. But yeah, check out her Instagram. You can follow me at Newfound Happy Hour on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I don't have much on TikTok. I'm going to try and get more over there in the new year. But yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for listening. Have a great holiday season. I will be back with one last episode, hopefully, and we'll chat then. Thanks for listening and have a good weekend.